Ever heard of the Tank Man? The unsung and relatively unknown hero of the Chinese people, who had a standoff with armored tanks during the Tiananmen Square protests of 1989. This is his story. On the 5th of June 1989, just a day after the Chinese government had ordered forces to violently stop the student protesters who were clamoring for freedom of speech and freedom of the press. As part of the protests, when a column of Type 59 armored tanks moved down the road at the north edge of Tiananmen Square, one seemingly harmless man stood directly in front of the approaching tanks. The man, dressed in black and white and carrying a grocery bag in each hand, gestured at the lead tank with one of the bags in his hands. The lead tank, instead of running him over and crushing him, attempted to go around the man, but he kept stepping into its path. Finally, the lead tank switched off its engines and the other tanks followed suit. Then there was a short pause as spectators watched what would be the outcome of the man-tank standoff. Having succeeded in stopping the tanks, the tank man climbed into the hull of the lead tank and called into various ports in the tank's turret after a brief stop at the driver's hatch. He climbed up on the top of the turret, where he appeared to have spoken briefly with one of the crew members. The man got down from the tank, and the tank commander came down briefly too. Then he went in, started the engines, and prepared to carry on, but the tank was again obstructed by the lone protester. Eventually, after a while, when the man continued his standoff, two men wearing blue uniforms carried him off and disappeared into a nearby crowd. The people who carried off the man could either have been from the Chinese police or a duo of concerned bystanders. Most of what is known about the Tank Man has been based on rumors and hearsays. Nothing concrete was released to the public, except a photo taken from about 800 meters away and a video taken from the same distance. So the pictures were not clear enough to show the face of the lone protester. Some believe he was a 19-year-old student named Wang Weilin, and that he was charged later with political hooliganism and attempting to subvert members of the People's Liberation Army. This claim has been denied by the body that maintained the documents. Chinese officials deny any knowledge of the man's identity and current whereabouts. They even claim to have been unable to locate him since the incident. Some say that he was never arrested and has now gained employment somewhere in the country. The man and his heroic act, which remains more important than his personality or identity, is relatively unknown to the current generation of Chinese, as the government have placed a blanket ban on anything that is related to the events that happened on that day. If you liked this video, don't forget to click the like button and hit that notification bell for more videos brought to you by Epic Clips.